Hello, how we doing? How you going? We are here for day 4. Day 4. As per usual, I'm just gonna check to make sure everything's working and I'm actually live on the right page. As you know how these things go. And it looks like we are. Good. Okay, so I'm gonna move straight into talking about what I'm going to talk about today, because my mum was like, can you hurry up with your intros and get straight to the point? Like, thanks mum. Anyway, today I am sharing with you my 4 daily money rituals that I currently am using as my daily money mindset practice. And most of them you guys already know, but I'm going to just explain a bit more in depth about what they are and encourage you to try some of your own if you don't already do them. So, the first thing that I do, I don't need to show you it, is visualization. So, let me just get my page up so I make sure to actually tell you everything I do. So, visualization has always been the main thing for me that works because I have a very, very vivid, active imagination. Always have since I was a kid. Used to get in trouble all the time in class because I'd be off daydreaming about something. I should have been Miss, this is my moneymaker, leave me alone. But yeah, so I've always had a very active imagination, so it's very easy for me to visualize. I know that it isn't for a lot of people. I know that some people can't visualize, which is understandable, but luckily there are many different ways that you can get yourself into the vibration, energy, and frequency of wealth and abundance, not just through visualization. That's just the thing that works for me. So what I do right now, currently, when I visualize, is I put on music. I explained this a bit the other day. I put on music, really high, elevated, beautiful instrumental music. I don't have music with words. I call it theatrical music. Maybe that's the wrong term for it, but it's music that makes me feel elevated. And then what I do is I start feeling the feelings of being supported by the universe, of feeling loved, feeling taken care of, feeling provided for, feeling safe, feeling protected, feeling nurtured, feeling like I'm enough, not feeling alone, feeling completely surrounded by support. And then I move into feeling gratitude for that, gratitude for knowing that I am actually completely taken care of by the universe. And then just that alone gets me into that elevated frequency of where I need to be to start manifesting, I guess, in a sense, the future that I want, right? And so then I take that feeling and I move into the practical sense of what I'm actually trying to manifest. So I envision more sales coming in through my business, more course sales, more ebook sales. I envision offers coming in. I envision the numbers in my bank account increasing and going up. I envision the number in my PayPal account going up. Just everything's going up and I can see it. And I can actually see the numbers changing. And because I'm already in that heightened state of feeling abundant, feeling supported, feeling really high vibe feelings, that is really easy for me to feel the same feelings when I'm thinking about money, right? So that is drawing it more to me. And so just adding on that about Joe Dispenza, since I'm finally I'm all about Joe Dispenza. I watched a video of his the other day that really cemented exactly what it is we're doing when we visualize, when we put ourselves into these high vibe feelings. So from a scientific point of view, right? So what we're doing essentially when we are visualizing, when we are putting ourselves into an emotional heightened state of abundance, of wealth, of feeling good, feeling joy, feeling gratitude, being in that real receptive energy, I'm going to completely butcher these scientific terms, but you'll get the drift, and if you want to learn more about it, go check out Joe. But essentially what you're doing is, when you're putting yourself into these heightened feelings and emotions and gratitude, your actual brain chemistry is changing. The waves, the frequency waves that are coming through your neurons, right? They're changing what they are sending out into the universe. And as we know, like attracts like, right? So, and say you have been notorious for sitting in lack thoughts all the time, right? Lack, like there's never enough money, like it's really hard to make money, I'm struggling, I'm in scarcity. So the brainwaves that you're emitting are the same type of brainwaves, and so your reality, you're enforcing the reality that you have. However, when you visualize and you start feeling the feelings of abundance, even if it's not presently here, you are actually living in the future frequency of what you want right now, right? So what that essentially is doing is like the universe and its wave patterns and frequencies and shit are like moving around, altering, because you're emitting a different frequency now. And so that's what they mean when we talk about closing the gap or collapsing timelines, is because you're living in your future reality now. You're living in that abundant, wealthy, beautiful state now, even though the reality right now isn't exactly what you want, because that is the result of past thoughts and actions, right? And so that's why people say, do the emotional energy vision work every single day. Feel those feelings every single day, because what you're doing, you're living in your future reality now. And every single minute, every single moment that you feel into that frequency is drawing it closer to you. It is. I get it now. I understand the science behind it. So yeah, that's what I wanted to share on visualization, and that's what I do. That's what my first daily money ritual that I've always done. But I feel like, you know how like you learn something, you've known something for years, and you've learned like many different things about it, but then you hear a bit of information, it's like learning all about it for the first time ever, all over again. Yeah, that's how I felt when I learned this. So my visualization has really like evolved this year, really evolved into like next level kind of visualization. But yes, that's the first thing that I do. I visualize. The second thing I do is journaling. So I have this journal right here, and basically like what I put in it is just every thought I have about money, about manifesting, about wealth, about myself. Like when I discover things about myself, when I hear like new thoughts or ideas that really resonate with me, I write them in here. Affirmations that I really like, action steps, manifestation tools, just like anything that really stands out to me that I'm like, I like that, I'm gonna put that in here. And like different activities like that I've learned from different teachers, and even things that aren't necessarily related specifically to money mindset or manifesting money, or living in the frequency and energy of wealth, but things that resonate with me, that I can relate to money, right? And so I just put it in here, and then if I don't have anything to write in my journal that night, I will just read over like a little paragraph or something of just what I need to know at that time, like something that I need to hear, right? So like here, I have a little example of understanding that there's always more than enough money. And I ask myself the questions: if the desired amount of money that I wanted were to appear, how would I actually feel? What would I actually say? What would I actually think? And what would I actually do? And then I really like thought about that. I wrote shit tons of journaled shit tons of things that I would do, feel, say, think. And then I feel and say and think those feelings to be a match for it happening now. So that's just a little exercise that I wrote in there that I did. And like even if you write it in once and you never look at it again, it's still something that resonated with you at the time, that really stuck out and that helped you in your journey. So even if it's there and you haven't looked at it in ages, it's okay. There will be a day where maybe you come back to it. So that's the second thing I do. Okay, the third thing that I do is I look at my vision board every day. So I have my vision board, hang on, I'm going to show you, hopefully it shows up, on my computer. So every time I log onto my computer, it's saved as my desktop wallpaper, and every time I'm like working on it, I can see it, right? So this is my vision board. And if you did my my vision board workshop a few months ago, you'll know that this is the vision board that I had created and showed everyone in my in the workshop. And the thing about this vision board is it's the first vision board that I have ever created that actually means something to me. And what I mean by that is every single picture in there was deliberately picked because it emitted a certain frequency, a certain feeling, a certain vibe, a certain thing that I desired with all of my heart. Like it completely speaks to my heart. It's not just things that I would like on there, like, oh yeah, I'd love a phone, I'd love a big wad of cash and a big house. Every single picture on here has been deliberately chosen because it emits a feeling that I want to feel in my future now. So every time I look at it, it makes me feel the feelings of what I want right now. And yeah, I love it. It just, I don't even need to do anything. I look at it and it literally, the colors, the flowers, yeah, there was a thing about flowers in there for me, but the colors, the flowers, the nature, all of it is like a symbol for me. And the second I see it, I see the symbol of my vision board, it emits the feeling of what I desire right now. So that's what the other thing is that I do. And the last thing is actually something that I just started recently. I had sort of half of it earlier on in the year, but I just didn't think to do it this way. So it is called a money bowl. So I wonder if I can like show you it without spilling out. This is my money bowl, right? As you can see, there's money and crystals and bone carvings and little notes in there. So I'll explain to you what everything is. But essentially, a money bowl is just, I guess it would be like a shrine, maybe, but it's just a visual symbol of having money and abundance around you. So I put this right next to my bed so that I see it every day, every morning when I wake up, every time I come to my room, when I go to bed at night, I see this and I look at it and I just move through it. I don't like touch it every day, but I look at it and it immediately makes me feel abundance. So I obviously have cash in here because cash is money, right? And so seeing that amount of money in my little money bowl makes me feel like, okay, cash is all around me, I'm supported, there's money everywhere, it's always flowing to me. And it's good to actually have cash as a representative, like to visually see it. I know a lot of people don't necessarily use cash, like I'm not a big cash person. Yeah, really, I'm more like just use my card. But having physical cash, money, nothing beats that, right? So just being able to see it, like get a couple hundreds, 20s, 10s, whatever, of your own currency and put it in here. I've also got other currencies in here, like pesos. I've got the ringgit. I've got like Singapore money, euros, Australian dollars. I've got everything, like, because I've traveled so much and I have so much currency. So I feel like it's great to have international currency in there as well. I also have this talisman that I bought in Singapore that represents prosperity, and I loved it, so I bought it when I was there. I have crystals like the citrine and aventurine, which represent like wealth, prosperity, abundance. I also have selenite and quartz because they're like conductors. They increase like the power of the other crystals around them. So more coins and notes. I also have this bone carving, which this is just a personal thing to me. It was my grandmother's and she used to wear it all the time when I was younger, and my grandmother was a very spiritual woman when she was alive, and it just makes me feel close to her because I feel the most connected to her now that she's passed on, so I just keep her with me. I also have, what else do I have of hers? Where is it? I have her engagement ring between, like, engagement ring or wedding ring that she used to wear, and her and my grandfather had an amazing marriage. They loved each other very much, so it means a lot to me to have it there. And then I also have like these little notes, and they are just like the goals that I have, the things that I want. So the things that are on my vision board, I've written them in little pieces of paper and put them into my money bowl. And so I look at that every day and I feel the feelings. It's all about feeling the feelings, right? And yeah, it puts me into a very, very elevated, abundant state of mind. Yeah, right? So yeah, that's it for me today. That is what my 4 daily money rituals currently are. My money rituals can change each day. But yes, that's all for me today. I hope you learned something. If there was a money ritual in there that you liked, let me know in the comments below which it was, or what you do, what your daily money ritual practices are. Let me know in the comments below. And again, if you loved this live and you think someone would benefit from it, I would love it if you could share it with someone. Okay? Alright, my love, I will see you tomorrow.